Oh, I'm live! Yes, welcome to my first ever live. If you watched the latest video I uploaded yesterday, I did not do it properly. You have to activate your YouTube channel to go live, and it said waiting in 24 hours. So I'm on my morning walk. I had to wait 24 hours for this live opportunity, and I'm doing it now. I go for this morning walk. Uh, I try and do it every single morning, and I love it. It's a really nice little park. But I thought on my live I would tell you about the journey I've been on as a keynote speaker. So I'm an ambassador for Tourette Syndrome Association Australia, and I go into businesses, I go into conferences, I go into schools, and I give my keynote, which is turning a flaw into a superpower. And I share how I basically overcame the challenges of Tourette syndrome, ADHD, failing school, and pursuing a career in the public eye as a radio presenter, as a TV presenter. And throughout the keynote, I make it very inspirational, and I give a lot of take-home messaging of, hey, these are the things that I went through, and just because you've been dealt a bad card, it doesn't mean you can't play the hand. That's basically the takeaway message, that everyone has flaws or adversity, and that doesn't have to mean it's a setback for you. I actually I've really reduced my alcohol intake as of late. Like I've just stopped drinking because as you get older, it slows you down. And for goodness sake, you're hungover for 3 days. So I've decided I'm just not going to drink. I mean, I'm not going to make those big. I've done large sobriety stages before in my life where I've gone, that's it, I'm not drinking for a year. But this time I'm like, I'm just not going to drink unless it's an occasion or a good event. Like I had some champagne on my birthday. I think that was warranted. And there was a wedding. I had a couple of drinks then. But the standard kind of behavior for an Australian is, hey, it's Friday, Saturday night, let's just get smashed. And that was me for a very long time. But I've just noticed it slows me down. It makes me really lethargic, and then I eat heaps of KFC. So I've decided, nah, I just won't drink. Unless something comes up where it's deserved. Hello, little doggy. I love walking. I'm obsessed with pets, dogs. I love dogs, and I want one myself so badly. And every time I go for walks, I meet these really, really cool dogs, and I always like patting them, especially when they're puppies. The old gross ones, I don't like so much because I'm like, ooh, you stink. We used to have this border collie that we never washed, and she stunk. So every time I'd pat her, I'd be gross. So I only love nice smelling dogs, like these ones. Hello, doggy. Hello. Oh, look, it's all wholesome activity. It's wholesome stuff. Yeah, so I'm really excited for this no alcohol journey because I got up this morning at like 5:30 on a Saturday morning, and I felt ding, like a little Jack in the Box. Bing! So, yeah, I think overall, like, my energy levels are just so much better. And I've always struggled with consistent energy levels. I think that's something with ADHD. You have emotional dysregulation. And so I can have really high ups and really low lows within the space of 20 minutes. Like, I'll be like, and then 10 minutes later, I'm like, oh, I need a nap. It's like a sugar high. And I think it's because you can't regulate your emotions properly. So I've found consistent. That's another thing with ADHD. You just lose yourself in the middle of a sentence, and your brain goes. I've got two big talks next week. I've got a school at Mansfield State High here in Brisbane, and then straight after that, I'm driving down to a conference on the Gold Coast, and I'm giving my talk there. And so many times in my keynote, I'll be in the middle of a sentence and go, "Oh my gosh, my brain just left. Hey, brain, where are you?" And meanwhile, I've got 1,000 eyeballs on me, and I'm like, and it's not that I've forgotten anything, it's just my brain decides to stop. But I've learned over the years of being on stage and over the years of learning stage presence and performing, doing stand-up, emceeing gigs, being on television, radio, etc. I've learned that if you hold a pause, it can be really effective for like dramatic effect. It can really hammer home a message. When you first start entering into that performing on stage, as a speaker, as a comedian, as whatever, if you're not reciting lines as an actor, I mean, like getting up and speaking in front of people, and you're conveying a personal message, if you can use the power of silence, it is so effective and can really hammer home a point. When you first start out, you're like, all right, guys, and this is what happened, and I'm just going to keep speaking really loudly and really fast because I'm trying to remember everything. But once you slow down, you can really emphasize a point. So you can be like, oh, geez, I've got to think of something that isn't going to be way too drastic. You can say something like, instead of going, I failed school, and it was really difficult because failing school means I didn't have any other opportunity. And you go, I failed school. Do you know what that meant? It meant I capped my own potential for my future. So I really learned, if you can use the power of pausing and silence, you can really make a dramatic message ram home. So I love it. I used to do that in radio all the time. So a lot of the times I'd be hungover and I'd be doing my breakfast show, and my brain would be like, and today we're going to be doing this. And it actually sounded like a technique of ramming home that powerful messaging through pausing and silence. Because a lot of people are so scared of silence. Like, so many people, when they're performing, when they're on radio, television, whatever, the fear of not speaking and being like a stunned mullet scares them. So they try and speak faster and always try and fill the silence. And therefore, they start saying things they don't need to say. That was something I learned quite early on, the power of a dramatic pause. So I have noticed my fitness levels not being very good as of late. I've neglected my fitness journey lately. I've been doing push-ups every day, but that's not enough that's not enough for healthy longevity, a healthy lifestyle. Oh, because I'm lazy. I've got two gears, right? No or go. So I can run 10K or I can sit on the couch. Like, there's no real in between for me. So I have to really look at this dog, doesn't want to walk. Can I pat your pooch? What's its name? Hello, Sebastian. Hello, mate. Hello. Oh, yes. Very cute, buddy. Oh, yeah. You don't want to walk. Neither do I. See you, Sebastian. What a very relatable dog. He just didn't want to get up and go. I think I would be a basset hound. I've actually thought, like, what dog would I be? And although, I want to be a pit bull, like a Rottweiler. Realistically, I would probably be a Labrador. Like, good at most things, not really good at everything. Loves to eat, lazy, but is your best mate and will be by your side. I reckon I'd be a Labrador. Good dog, good pooch. Run there. Hello. You run your hands through its coat and it's stinky, and that's me. That's me. Actually, given my grey hairs, I'm probably a Dalmatian. And the fact that I am Croatian and my ancestry is from Dalmatia, Dalmatian would probably be one of my dogs. Brisbane winters, not that cold. Yeah, shirt and shorts going on. I love winter. I'm a big winter guy. Love it to bits. But Brisbane winters just aren't enough, like 10% off, because it's like, dude, get cold. Like, I used to live in Albury, Wodonga. I lived in Melbourne. I lived in Adelaide. And I loved that feeling of being under the blankets and your face felt like it was burning because it was so cold. It was ice. And you'd lay in bed and you'd breathe. And the mist or whatever would come out. Oh, that's another thing I've really put my foot down. I have, obviously, smoking is bad for you. I don't smoke. But there were stages in my life where I did socially. And I just knew how bad it was for you. So I'd stop it. I'm like, nah, can't do it. It's not good. It's bad for you. It's unhealthy. It literally gives you cancer. So I was like, all right. So I ended up getting on vape, which was worse because I would end up vaping all day, every day. Like, I remember I'd wake up in the middle of the night and go, oh, gee, have some vape and go to bed. And I just remember thinking, I can't go anywhere without that vape being at arm's length. And it was anxiety. Like, I would get anxious if I'm like, oh, the vape's in the car and I'm going in the shops. And I was like, that is so not cool to have something that overrules my life, overrules my desires. And it's to the point where I'm like, I'd prefer to vape instead of have lunch. And I was like, okay, I did not like that. So I had to stop doing that. And then, you know what happens. You're at an event, you're at a party, someone has a vape, you go, oh, I'll have one of them. Bang! Next minute, you bought your own. Next minute, you're doing it when you wake up. You're like, ah! Such a slippery slope. So I threw mine away, and I'm just riding out those, those cravings. I'm riding them out going, nah, not worth it. Really instilling some self-discipline because I don't want to have something that overrules my life in terms of addiction, in terms of cravings, in terms of must having something. But that is actually, the more I'm learning about ADHD, addiction is huge because in ADHD, our thrill levels, like our thrill seeking ability or our thrill seeking desire is much higher than everyone else's. So what a neurotypical person's thrill levels, ours is way higher. So what thrills a neurotypical person doesn't thrill us. And so we need constantly thrill because it's a rush. It's a way for us to feel normal. So in the ADHD Tourette syndrome world, self-medicating and addiction is huge. And that's kind of something I've never been a major addict of anything, but I have definitely struggled with alcohol and the vaping, what I said before, and it's not good. But it's really common in people with Tourette's. It's really common in people with ADHD because you're just not normal. Like, I remember, you'd have 2 or 3 drinks and everyone's fine. The whole party's like, yeah, no, it's cool. Let's just relax. And I'm like, I'm going to drink the whole bottle. Yeah, it's not good. So I've been through multiple sobriety journeys, and this latest one I'm endeavoring isn't a major, I'm not drinking forever. It's I'm only going to do it. I'm only going to have a few drinks when it's an event that warrants a toast. Outside of that, like wine with dinner, nah. A wine to relax after a big day, nah. Because it's such a slippery slope for me. Because it'll start out with ball kick. Oh, they've got it. It's such a slippery slope. Like I remember I was like, yeah, I'm doing fine. I can have a wine after dinner, no worries. And then I'm like, I don't really have much to do tomorrow. I might have another one. I might have cut to Jimmy brings, delivers 2 bottles. And I'm like, no, that's enough. All right, I'm going to end this live. So watch this space and watch my channel for more fitness videos. I'm going to start doing more fitness stuff. So I'm going to be like a sporty influencer, like just a tight shot of my booty doing squats. Just got to get those views, mate. Sex sells, you know what I'm saying? I'll have Lorna Jane wanting to sponsor me in no time. And then, actually, I might do a video. I was thinking about doing a video about my relationship with alcohol over the last, how old am I? 18. Over the last 12 years. No, over the last 14 years. Yep, 2 plus 10. Okay. Hey, everyone, have a great Saturday. Have a great day. Thank you for watching the 3 people that watched my first ever live video. There'll be so many more to come. Have a great day. How do you stop this? And